Hello my friends and welcome to this new tutorial of Machine Learning Level 3. Here we are about to start setting up a domain in SageMaker so that we can start building and training our two models. Actually, we'll build one model for regression and one model for classification. And we'll build these models with SageMaker Canvas, which is a super user-friendly platform which allows to build and train some machine learning models. So let's get started. In the search bar, we're going to enter SageMaker. There it is, Amazon SageMaker, build, train, and deploy machine learning models. So let's go inside, and you will see that it's super easy to set up a domain. In actually a few minutes, we'll get our SageMaker domain so that we can start building. Okay, so welcome to Amazon SageMaker, build, train, and deploy machine learning models at scale, the quickest and easy way to get ML models from idea to production. That's completely true in AWS. Indeed, that's the best service of AWS for building machine learning models. So there we go, let's get started. Our first step here will be to click this button, set up for single user. All right, the setup is in progress. It will take a few minutes to configure a SageMaker domain and a Studio user profile. And there we go. This is our domain. Let me check if it's already set up. Let's go back to domains and pending. You see, it's not set up yet. It actually takes a few minutes. So I'm going to keep refreshing from time to time until it's ready, and I'll meet you in a few minutes. All right. It's still pending. I keep refreshing, but there you go. In service. Perfect. Well, after a few minutes indeed, you should get this in service. And as soon as you get this, well, you can enter the domain. And inside the domain, well, we're going to set up a user profile. So you go to user profile here, and then you click add user. You get to the add user profile page. There you go. Then you can give a name to your user, and you can simply enter your name. I'm going to enter Hadlin. Okay. Then, as you can see, that's important to know, in AWS you have what we call IAM roles, which allow some services in AWS to access other services, either read access or write access. And indeed, when you use Amazon SageMaker, you're going to actually connect with other services, whether it is EC2 to get some compute instances to train the models, or for example S3 if you need to get some data from S3. S3 is the storage service of AWS where you can store a lot of data. Well, sometimes, SageMaker will work with S3 in order to either get some data from S3 in order to train the models, or to write some data in order to make some predictions, to store some output predictions in S3. Okay, so we need this role. That's what this role will be used for. So nothing to change here. It will be automatically created for you. Then you click next. No need to add any tags. And yes, so there you go. Here you have the choice between SageMaker Studio New, the new studio, or SageMaker Studio Classic. And remember what I told you, we're actually going to build and train our super powerful ensemble models in two ways. We'll first use Canvas, which is in the new SageMaker Studio, and then we'll use SageMaker Studio Classic just to see if we can beat the model that we end up building in Canvas, okay? In terms of performance scoring. Okay, so let's choose SageMaker Studio New. Actually, it's better that you get familiar with the new studio. It's amazing. It's actually even more user-friendly than before and much easier to use. So let's do this, SageMaker Studio. Then JupyterLab, no need to do anything here. Canvas, yes, we'll use Canvas, and we don't need to configure anything yet in Canvas. SageMaker Studio Classic will also be part of our studio, and I'll show you at some point how you can switch to it, okay? RStudio, yes, know that you can also use RStudio to build models, but we won't cover that in this course. I actually prefer the AI and ML frameworks that you find with Python, like for example, PyTorch or Fast AI. You will see that we'll also have some Fast AI models in our ensemble models. So let's not cover RStudio. You will also have a code editor where you can code some things from scratch. As you can see, it enables you to code, test, and debug and run your analytics and machine learning code. You have MLflow, which is an ML experimentation tool that you can use while training and evaluating models to find the best candidates for your use case. Compare models in MLflow and keep track of the best models in the MLflow model registry. We won't use that either because actually the SageMaker Studio Classic that we'll use already has this feature allowing us to find the best type of ensemble models for our specific use case and therefore for our specific dataset. So no need to use that. Knowing how to handle SageMaker Canvas and SageMaker Studio Classic will be way enough for you to get to the best models. Okay, so let's click next, but at least you know all the features of SageMaker and what you can use. Then customize Studio UI, well, nothing to do here. If you want to remove some applications here, let's keep them, in case you want to use RStudio at some point or MLflow, but just note that we'll only be using Canvas and Studio Classic, okay? Then select the machine learning tools that are displayed in Studio to users on this domain. Okay, so here we will keep everything because we'll actually use many of these features, so no need to filter anything here. Let's scroll down and let's click next. All right, so this is a review page with all the configuration that we chose. And if you're happy with that, you can scroll down and click submit. And this will create your user profile with all the features that you selected. But I remind that we will only use Canvas and Studio Classic. So there you go. User profile successfully created. That's perfect. The status is indeed already ready. And so now the only thing we have to do to launch our SageMaker Studio is to go to user profiles here, then to either enter your user profile and then click launch here. And then you choose your apps to start with. And as we said, we're going to start with Canvas. Or the other way is, to go back to your user profile, and then very simply you can click directly launch here and then the app you want to start with, which is Canvas. So here we go. Let's start building and training our 2 machine learning models, one for regression, one for classification in Canvas. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's launch Canvas. So now Amazon SageMaker Canvas is launching, and it will take us directly to the Canvas platform, which is super user-friendly. You will see, you will love it. It's very, very easy to use, and plus you can very easily build some super powerful models in machine learning for regression, for classification in just a few clicks. It's so awesome.
Now make sure to check out these videos on the right or the full course in the description to continue your learning, and I look forward to seeing you there.